Good morning. Welcome back to the homestead. So glad you could join us. Well, it's a cloudy, cold, windy morning. That's okay. It's dry for today anyway. We brought a lot of stuff, all of the Christmas stuff that we had taken to our daughter's house to decorate her yard. We brought back with us, plus a few other things, including a couple of new garden type sheds, metal sheds. We're not going to get to building those today, I don't think, but I definitely need to unload the back of my truck. We already pulled a few boxes out, and it was floor to top of the roof in the camper shell all the way to the back. One of the things I need to do right away, though, is to put my 2 propane tanks back in the fuel shed. I had those filled up while I had them in town. And my air compressor as well needs to go over to the shop. Then we can get to unloading the truck and putting those boxes away. So let's get to it. So funny enough, the reason my air compressor is in the back of my truck is because I ended up with a flat tire at my daughter's house, and I had left my tools here at the homestead, so I didn't even have anything to get the tire off. The regular tire iron won't work because they're custom wheels on the truck. Custom, ugly, old, but they're still custom wheels, so the tire iron won't fit. So I couldn't even put the spare on. I didn't want to call roadside assistance, so we just let the truck stay there. Used my daughter's car for a couple of days, and I took the air compressor there to air it up. First thing I did was plug the air compressor in, and it wouldn't build any air. It had an air leak. Well, this compressor and many of these direct drive compressors especially have what's called a cold start valve. So when it's cold outside, there's a little valve that allows the air compressor to leak air so that it can get spinning at full speed, and then once it gets up to full speed, it shuts the valve and allows the tanks to fill with air. This valve failed, so I took it apart, cleaned it up. It really wasn't that bad, couldn't find anything really wrong with it. Stretched the spring out a little bit, put it back together, and it worked just fine. As the air compressor cycled from off to on, it did that about 3 times. I went ahead and aired up the tires on my daughter's car, and then I was moving to my truck. Fortunately, I went right to the flat tire, and it aired it up, no problem. I was getting ready to air the other ones up, and that valve failed again. So I ordered a new valve for it, and it came, and it was the wrong one. So I let them know that I needed to return it, and they asked why, and I said because I just bought the wrong one. I needed a different one. And they said, well, go ahead and keep it. We'll send you another one. Okay. Anyway, the new one hasn't come yet, and I haven't put it on the air compressor, but pretty good customer service there. I appreciate them for that. Anyway, let's get the air compressor unloaded and moved out to the shop. This is Callie. We couldn't find Callie. She was missing. Then I opened up the shed that we were going to put all the Christmas stuff in, and there she was, screaming her little head off. Very upset. She'd been locked in there all night. First time probably without all her brothers and sisters. But anyway, you can hear her purring, I'm sure. She's happy now. I took her and got her some food and some water. Now she just won't leave me alone. Okay, that takes care of that. Now we have to go over there where my truck's parked, in front of it anyway. That's the area we're going to put these 2 new sheds, the metal sheds that we bought. They have to be assembled and all that stuff. But before any of that can happen, there's some groundwork needs to be done. I need to weed eat all the weeds. There's some dirt that has to be moved. We're going to put them out near the corner of the property in the front. They'll be fine out there. And then we can move. There's a 8 by 12, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. That's the big one. One will be for the lawn tractor to park in, and hopefully lawn tools and that kind of stuff. We're going to throw rocks on the ground for that one. The other one I think is a 6 by 8, if I'm not mistaken. That'll be for Christmas and holiday decorations. So we can take them out of the cottages and not have to worry about moving things around all the time. Oh, Sylvie, by the way, she was following me, not Sylvie, Callie, the one that got stuck in the building. Following me around, wouldn't leave me, 2 feet away the whole time. I went out to my shop, went inside. I heard her outside, meow, 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 meow. And I thought, okay, just a minute, I'll be right out there. And then I didn't hear her. When I came out, I saw Brenda, and Callie had run over to Brenda and started meowing at her like, Mama, Mama. Anyway, I get a reprieve from her for now, which is a good thing because I'm going to be using power equipment. But she's a sweet little cat. She won't go anywhere near inside one of the buildings right now. So that in itself, I think, is a good thing. But let's get on to the groundwork we need to do. I need to gather up my tools real quick, take them out there, weed eater, a couple shovels, maybe a rake, and batteries for the weed eater. I do have extra string. That way I don't have to go find it when it runs out, because it will. As soon as I start going, it always happens. So anyway, let's get to that. Okay, the area behind me is the area we're going to be working. First thing I need to do is get the weeds down. Once I get the weeds down, then I need to move part of the dirt that's on the back by the fence. So that dirt pile there needs to go there. So I don't have to move it far, but I do have a considerable amount to move. I'm hoping it's mostly mulch. If that's the case, we're in good shape. But first, like I said, let's weed eat. Okay, well, I think I've moved enough of the grass out of the way. I don't think I realized it was just grass, but it is. Maybe a little tiny bit of dirt mixed in. But we have a low spot right over here, and I need to get some dirt to put in that low spot to kind of level things out. So I guess I'll go do that now. Okay, continuing on with our day, we're going to start assembling the, I think it's 8x12 metal shed. We were trying to remember exactly what our plan was, and Brenda finally remembered to secure this thing so it doesn't just get up and walk away or blow away. Our plan was to assemble the framework for the ground, on the ground, then mark the corners and then drill 4 holes for fence posts, and then put fence posts in each of the corners. That will tie the shed in to the ground so it won't go anywhere. Anyway, that's our plan. I need to assemble that bottom frame first, so let's get to it. Okay, got the frame all assembled, put it down where we wanted it, got it fairly as level as we could, I guess. I marked where I'm going to punch the 4 holes, move the frame out of the way. Now I got to go get the post hole digger and punch 4 holes. Oh, and I got to get the post too to put in the holes. Well, I know I haven't talked to you much. I apologize for that, but I've been trying to get these things lined up. Apparently what happened when I punched those holes is the auger moved one way or another. So they're not quite in the right spot. You saw me fooling with the one over there, trying to get the pole to come in a little bit more. And I did that, but then once I got everything packed down, the poles kind of settled where they wanted to go anyway. Okay, I know it's dark. I apologize. Apparently I forgot to hit the record button a little while ago. I decided to move the posts, but now it's way too dark to record. So I'm going to finish on as much as I can. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Sure appreciate it. God bless you. Remember, don't let life's troubles give you a bad attitude. We'll see you next time on the homestead. Bye-bye now.